Getting the new legendary Kuttenberg armor can feel like a nightmare because you have to find all of the sketches throughout several different side quests. So this video guide aims to make it much less painful for you. Now the Kuttenberg Armor Set is one of the best in the game, but what makes it truly stand out is its unique ornate detailing on the gold trimmings across the plate armor. It also has an optional cuirass. There's a layered one or an ornate flat one, depending on your preference. There's even a unique Kuttenberg sword that goes with the armor set too. And notably, the helmet has one of the widest vertical viewing angles when you put the visor down, which is super helpful for gameplay. However, the armor set doesn't actually include any gauntlets, but I'll show you where to find a matching pair later on in the video. Now this armor set has to be crafted, and to do that we first need to find all of the armor sketches. But if you miss some of them during the quest line, don't worry, you can still obtain them later on, and I'll explain how to do that. But if you do the quests that I talk about in this video correctly the first time, you will get the armor set a lot faster, so just pay close attention to the details. You can only get the Kuttenberg Armor Set by starting the Legacy of the Forge questline, which is located in the southeast of Kuttenberg City, just here on the map. Go to Henry's father's old forge and then you can start the questline. During the initial questline, you'll need to join the guild and unlock the guild activities. It's within these side quests that you're going to find all the unique sketches to craft the Kuttenberg Armor Set. And we can find the first armor sketch during the very first investigation mission, indicated by this eye icon on the map. Now during these quests, you're going to be given the location of a nearby bandit camp, just west from Kuttenberg. In the forest here, you'll find an enemy camp, and once you're there, you'll have to clear out all the bandits. There are quite a few, so do take care. Once you've cleared them out, you'll then find a lock chest at the back of the camp here, and inside is the first sketch for Armourer 3, which is for the Kuttenberg plate sleeves. Now since Henry can't actually craft armor, you will need to progress the Legacy of the Forge questline until you hire the apprentice Standra the Fly. And then once you've built him an armorer workshop at your forge, you can then give him the armorer sketch, and he's going to forge the armor for you after a day of waiting. He'll then sell you the Kuttenberg armor he just learnt how to forge, but you will need to buy it from him. So the sketch for Armourer 3 gives us the Kuttenberg plate sleeves, worth 2,900 gold. Next we can find the sketch for Armourer 5, and don't worry if you failed this quest, I'll explain how you can get it later on in the video still. So this is the next unique investigation quest you'll get, and it appears here on the map at the Armourer's shop, just here in the Kuttenberg town square. Go inside the shop and speak with Master Bushek the Elder. He will tell you that he was expecting ingredients from an alchemist, but he went missing. Apparently he was doing some kind of devil worship. Well, you can actually track him down to the nearby pub west of Kuttenberg, just down the road here on the map. Now once you arrive, go inside the entrance and head up the stairs here, and then walk down the hallway to his room, which is the one before the last bedroom. You will need to open the easy lock and then kick in the door because it's stuck from the other side, and you'll walk into what looks like the Black Sacrament. If you know, you know. You can find a link to that and lots of other cool merch in the description, by the way, even some themed around Kingdom Come Deliverance. Now if you search his bedroom, you will find a book on the planets and their metals. Now the only key piece of information you need to take away from this book is that there are 7 planets, or at least they thought there were back then. This is then referenced in the worst riddle I've ever read in my life that led me on such a wild goose chase I almost cried. So let me translate it for you. Essentially, it mentions Peter, who is the Saint Peter. So I assume that means that is a chapel. And that's where you can behold the holy church towers. And because there's 7 planets, there are 7 church towers. And then it mentions that a savior guards the treasure, which again is a reference to some kind of shrine or church. So there you can see the window from the inn room where we were earlier, and if you work your way down the road towards the 7 holy towers of Kuttenberg, the riddle is basically saying that you need to go to St. Peter's Shrine, which is found on the left here, and then you can stand there in a place where you can see Kuttenberg's 7 church towers. And if you look behind us, we can see the shrine is where the savior guards the treasure. Behind it, you're going to find the treasure hoard. And just for simplicity's sake, if you look on the map, it's just east of the tavern, past these bushes. You're going to find that little roadside shrine there. And now you've found the alchemist supplies, you can just return them to Kuttenberg, to the Armourer Master Bushek. Now, this part is very important, so pay close attention. Tell him what happened, and then you'll get 3 choices for a reward. Now, if you pick the wrong option, you will not get the sketch for Armourer 5. So do not choose "I'd just like prestige." Instead, make sure you choose either "I'd like the materials," and I got the Armourer sketch by doing that, but apparently if you pick "I don't want anything," he will still give you the sketch. So maybe save beforehand and then turn in the quest afterwards. But what happens if you failed this quest? Maybe you didn't finish it, or you just picked the wrong option at the end, so you didn't get the Armourer sketch. Well, I will be explaining how to get sketch 5 at the end of the video. So it is still possible for you to get it and complete the armor set, don't worry. But once you have it, you can give it to Standra, and the next day he's going to sell you the Kuttenberg Bascinet for 8,755 groschen, apparently valued at more than his workshop, the cheeky little blighter. Next though, we can get the sketch for Armourer 1 during the final investigation quest with Solomon. Now, because the investigation quests are all randomly given, it can take a while for this specific one to pop up, but it will be started from Master Klaus Eichner's workshop just here on the map in Kuttenberg. So without spoiling anything, during the ending, you'll find some stolen weapon shipments just here on the map, west from Kuttenberg, in this building just here. It's going to be locked if you haven't started the quest though, so don't bother coming here until you get to that point in the story. And then you literally can't miss it. And once you do arrive, you're going to go down the mine shaft deep underground into the building. And then when you arrive in this cave system, you won't want to miss all the loot inside here. Because after you grab the quest objective, further into the cave tunnel, you'll find a chest in the shadows right at the back. And this is where we find the best longsword sketch in the game and the sketch for Armourer 1 as well. So if you missed this chest, it's probably still there, so just go back and loot it now. You can then give the sketch to Stanza, and the next day he's going to sell you the Kuttenberg Ornated Cuirass for 5,850 groschen. This is one of the optional chest armors for the Kuttenberg Armor Set, but in my opinion, the worst version. The layered version looks much better. This is how you get the other optional layered cuirass from sketch for Armourer 2. Now, this is during the final mission of the Thieves' activities, indicated by the hand and shield icon on the map. The first thief mission appears right outside your forge, just here on the map. And after you start the quest line, the repeatable thief missions are always found in the hole in the wall pub, just down the road from Henry's forge. So you can actually ignore those completely. You don't need to do them. I only did 3 of them, and I was able to complete the entire quest line myself. It's the unique missions that are always started from the Ragman's house here in Kuttenberg. So when you see this quest marker for the thief activity, make sure you go and do those, because those are going to progress the actual story. After finishing the final mission for the Sinners of Kuttenberg, you're going to get the following 3 unique items rewarded to you at the same time. So now we have the sketch for Armourer 2, and if we give this to Stanza and wait a day, you can now buy the new Kuttenberg layered cuirass from him for 5,680 gold. Next, we need to get the Armourer sketch 4, which can be easily missed during the final mission for the archery questline, indicated by this arrow and shield icon. Now, I posted a full walkthrough on this quest already, which I'll link below, but each archery story mission normally results with you going to the quarry, the first time for archery, the next time Master Raven gets attacked, the third time you get ambushed at the quarry, and then finally you get the last story quest right here on the map from Master Gottfried's armory shop. But it's near the entrance to the city, and during this quest, you're going to go to a bandit camp to take out the bandit leader named Koniash. Now, there are multiple ways of solving this quest, but once you reach Koniash's camp, you will need to make sure that you go and loot the chest at the back of the camp. And that's going to have the sketch for Armourer 4. And I'll tell you what to do if you miss that in a moment. But if you give it to Stanza, he'll then craft it for you after a day and then sell you the Kuttenberg plate legs for 7,986 groschen. This ungrateful apprentice has made over 10,000 groschen from me buying the things that I give him. So now we have the whole Kuttenberg Armor Set. However, it has no gauntlets. There's no sketch for them. It doesn't exist in the game files either, but I will update the comment section if Warhorse add one in the future. So for now, you can either use the dark black or dark gold trimmed Nuremberg gauntlets. These also conveniently have the best defense stats out of any other gauntlets in the game, and they also match the armor set really well. Personally, I prefer the gold trim ones myself, and these are conveniently sold by Standra for another 5,500 groschen. You can also find them potentially for sale from other smiths or west of Kuttenberg in the Setch blacksmith chest, which is just here at the forge. There's a small room to the right hand side which is normally open. You can go in there. There's a very hard metal chest, and it sometimes has a chance of spawning inside. But what happens if you missed one of the sketches for the Armourer? Well, don't worry, you can still get them, because after you've finished the related side quest where you missed the sketch originally, so you do need to have got past that point and failed the quest or just missed the armor sketch, it will then get added to the possible loot list of potential items you can find during the repeatable guild activity quest. So you can then find those armor sketches in the following guild activities that reset at 9 AM every day. Either the investigation quest in service of the guild, they have a random chance to have sketches for the armorers in all of the chests. And it is impossible to get duplicates of them as well. The following quest can have them. When you talk to Master Eichner, he's going to be like, oh, there were stolen documents, or there's stolen guild seals, there's stolen noble's armor, the stamping marks have been stolen or went missing. A lot of these quests are repeatable, and they'll have like fixed rewards where it's just like a random armor sketch. So after you've done a few, you'll recognize which ones are worth your time pursuing, and you can just immediately quit the others that don't have the rewards you want. You can also find the armor sketches in the thieves missions too, but I found them way too inconsistent to bother with most of the time. Finally though, we can obtain the Kuttenberg sword as a possible reward for winning the local tournament. It's a decent longsword worth around 3,000 groschen, but by no means is it the best in the game. You can find much better new swords in this next video, which I'll link below for you. You can also find the new Henry Forger's Waffenrock, among other unique items there as well, which I'll link down below in the description. It actually suits the armor set pretty well too. And if you're wondering about what I'm wearing and what my armor stats are, I will put them all on the screen here. You can optionally wear chainmail for higher defense, or you can just have the noble gambeson underneath. Obviously, I'm going for fashion over function here though. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.